Chapter 15 Scientists in Ancient India, Part 1 Mathematics and Astronomy. Hello dear learners, welcome to NIOS. In our previous discussion, we discussed about the developments in the field of science and technology in ancient, medieval and modern India. Was it not interesting as well as exciting to see that a lot of scientific knowledge was evolved in ancient India so many years ago. Today we will discuss about the contributions made by ancient Indians in the field of mathematics and science, including medieval science, Ayurveda, yoga, astronomy, astrology, etc. Let us start with mathematics and astronomy. In the last lecture, we understood that mathematics is the study of numbers and astronomy is the study of sun, moon and planets. You will be surprised to know that many theories of modern day mathematics were actually known to ancient Indians. Let us now take a look at some of these contributions of ancient Indian mathematician. Buddhayan. Buddhayan was the first one ever to arrive at several concepts in mathematics, which were later rediscovered by the Western world. The value of pi was first calculated by him. As you know, pi is useful in calculating the area and circumference of a circle. What is known as Pythagoras theorem today is already found in Bodhayan Sulva Sutra, which was written several years before the age of Pythagoras. Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was a 5th century mathematician, astronomer, astrologer and physicist. He was a pioneer in the field of mathematics. At the age of 23, he wrote Aryabhatya, which is a summary of mathematics of his time. There are 4 sections of this work. In the first section, he describes the method of denoting big decimal numbers by alphabets. In the second section, we find difficult questions from topics of modern day mathematics, such as number theory, geometry, trigonometry and Bijganitya, that is algebra. The remaining 2 sections are on astronomy. Aryabhatta showed that 0 was not a numeral, but also a symbol and a concept. Discovery of 0 enabled Aryabhatta to find out the exact distance between the earth and the moon. The discovery of 0 also opened up a new dimension of negative numerals. He was also an astronomer. Astronomy was called Khagol Shastra. In ancient India. Khagol was the famous astronomical observatory at Nalanda, where Aryabhatta studied. The aim behind the development of the science of astronomy was the need to have accurate calendars, a better understanding of climate, and rainfall patterns for timely showing and choice of crops, fixing the dates of seasons and festivals, navigation, calculation of time, and casting of horoscopes for use in astrology. Knowledge of astronomy, particularly knowledge of the tides and the stars, was of great importance in trade because of the requirement of crossing the oceans and deserts during night time. He explained that the appearance of the sun moving from east to west is false by giving examples. One such example was when a person travels in a boat, the trees on the shore appear to move in the opposite direction. He also correctly stated that moon and the planets shined by reflected sunlight. He also gave a scientific explanation for solar and lunar eclipse. Clarifying that the eclipse were not because of Rakshasa, demon. Do you realize now why the first satellite sent into orbit by India has been named after Aryabhatta? Brahmagupta. In 7th century, Brahmagupta took mathematics to heights far beyond others. In his methods of multiplication, he used place value in almost the same way as it is used today. He introduced negative numbers and operations of zero into mathematics. He wrote Brahmasputra, Siddhantika, through which the Arabs came to know our mathematical system. Bhaskaracharya he is famous for his book Siddhanta Shiromani. It is divided into 4 sections. Leelavati, that is arithmetic. Bij Ganit, that is algebra. Goladhyay, that is sphere. And Grah Ganit, that is mathematics of planets. Bhaskara introduced Chakravat method or the cyclic method to solve algebraic equations. This method was rediscovered 6 centuries later by European mathematicians who called it inverse cycle. In the 19th century, an Englishman, James Taylor, translated Leelavati and made this great work known to the world. Mahaviracharya, there is an elaborate description of mathematics in Jain literature, that is from 500 BC to 100 BC. Jain gurus knew how to solve quadratic equations. They have also described fractions, algebraic equations, series, set theory, logarithms, and exponents in a very interesting manner. Jain Guru Mahavircharya wrote Ganit Sar Sangrah in 850 AD, which is the first textbook on arithmetic in present day form. The current method of solving least common multiple, that is LCM, of given numbers was also described by him. Thus, long before John Napier introduced it to the world, it was already known to Indians. In our next lectures, we will be talking about the scientists who have contributed to the field of science in a big way. It will as interesting as this lecture. Now let us summarize what we have learnt. Science and mathematics were highly developed during the ancient period in India. Some famous ancient Indian mathematician were Bodhayan, Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, and Mahavircharya. I look forward to knowing more about the scientists of ancient India in our next lecture. I hope you have enjoyed the discussion as much as I did. Until we meet next time, take care. Bye. Thank you.